What's up, guys? Today on People Now, Pharrell Williams had a big surprise for high school grads in Harlem. Dwyane Wade is showing support for Lil Nas X after he opened up about his sexuality. Demi Lovato is crushing on Mike from The Bachelorette. We are not mad about it. We'll tell you what she's saying. Stranger Things Season 3 drops tomorrow. We hear from David Harbour and newcomer Francesca Reale on what to expect this season. We have some pups in studio. We are sitting down with celeb vet Dr. Elisa Lippmann with some tips to keep your pets healthy and happy this 4th of July. Plus, we are working it out with Denise Austin. She's helping us get our booties in shape for summer. And there may be a dance party too, as you do. It's all today on People Now. Let's go.
Happy Wednesday, kind of like Friday, everybody. Welcome to People Now.
It basically is Friday.
It's basically Friday.
Holiday tomorrow.
4th of July weekend, so good. We're so excited for tomorrow. Not only is it the 4th of July, but Season 3 of Stranger Things is dropping on Netflix. We are catching up with stars David Harbour and Francesca Reale later on in the show.
So in honor of Season 3 taking place in the summer of 1985, we want to know, what is your favorite 80s fad? You've got big hair, you've got leg warmers, shoulder pads, or fanny packs. Vote in our People poll or tweet us your answer with the hashtag PeopleNow.
I know we'll talk about it. I always have a hang up with the fanny packs that are coming back.
I have a hang up with the shoulder pads. I like the fanny packs.
Yeah, with the right situation. Anyway, we'll break it all down and we'll get to the specifics in a bit, but we'll check in on the results of what you think as well. Here's what you need to know and what's trending for today. 3-time WNBA champion Sue Bird is defending her girlfriend, U.S. women's soccer superstar Megan Rapinoe. 38-year-old Bird penned an essay published on the Players Tribune Tuesday titled, "So the President Bleeping Hates My Girlfriend." That's a nod to Rapinoe's headline-making clash with President Donald Trump. In the lengthy essay, Bird explains how she's been processing the fact that President Trump attacked Rapinoe for saying she wouldn't go to the White House if the U.S. team wins the World Cup. Now, in a series of tweets, Trump wrote, quote, "She should win first before she talks." He then went on to extend an invitation to the team, win or lose, adding, "Megan should never disrespect our country, the White House, or our flag." Now, Bird calls the president's tweets, quote, "a hate-filled Twitter spree, trolling my girlfriend while she was putting American soccer, women's sports, equal pay, gay pride, and true love on her back, all at once, scoring 2 majestic goals to lead Team USA to a thrilling victory over France and a place in the World Cup semifinals." That was her statement. Now, the team is now actually heading to the finals this Sunday after beating England in a nail-biter of a semifinal on Tuesday. Rapinoe was benched during that game. According to the team coach Jill Ellis, she didn't play because of a slight hamstring strain. Now, in her essay, Bird goes on to call Trump's Twitter attack weird, says it freaked her out a little. She explains it's not just his tweets, because now suddenly you've got all these MAGA peeps getting hostile in your mentions. That was her statement on that as well. Although Bird has been concerned about the backlash, she reveals Rapinoe has been completely unfazed by the off-field drama, saying, "Megan, man, I'll tell you what, you just cannot shake that girl." According to the Seattle Times, Bird and Rapinoe first started dating after hitting it off at an Olympics event in September of 2016. They went on to become the first same-sex couple to be featured in ESPN's Body Issue. All right, moving on to this. The estranged husband of a missing Connecticut mother is urging people not to label him a monster. Fotis Doulos is maintaining his innocence after he and his girlfriend were arrested in June in connection to Jennifer Doulos' disappearance. Fotis says, "I know what I've done. I know what I haven't done. I have to stand and fight and hope the truth is going to come out." He tells NBC New York that he's in shock over what has happened, saying, "When this all started, I said, this cannot be true. I must be dreaming. I'm wearing orange. I'm in a cell. This cannot be true." Fotis and his girlfriend pleaded not guilty to charges of evidence tampering and hindering prosecution after surveillance footage showed a man and a woman matching their descriptions, discarding garbage bags, at least 2 of which allegedly contained clothing and sponges with Jennifer's blood on them. Prosecutors also say his DNA was found inside Jennifer's home. Jennifer was last seen on May 24th after dropping her 5 children off at school. Fotis also denied any notion that he wanted Jennifer gone as the couple continued to work through their divorce. He said in part, quote, "I never wanted Jennifer out of the way." He added, "It didn't work out for us, but that doesn't mean that I wish her ill in any way." A lawyer defending her estranged husband has implied that she staged her own disappearance, revealing that he has a mystery novel Jennifer wrote, similar to that of Gone Girl, which of course was a book adapted to a movie in which a woman stages her own disappearance to frame her husband for murder. Now, Jennifer's family and friends rejected those claims in a statement, saying that Jennifer's draft of the novel was finished prior to dating her estranged husband. Now, according to court records, Jennifer filed for divorce in June of 2017, and since then, there have been more than 400 filings as the couple fought over child custody, visitation, alimony, and child support. Jennifer had previously described Fotis in the divorce papers as exhibiting irrational, unsafe, and threatening behavior. We'll keep you posted on that story on People.com. All right, Pharrell Williams has a big surprise for a group of grads in New York City. The singer and producer made a surprise announcement during his commencement speech for the Promise Academy graduation last week in Harlem, guaranteeing 114 students internships after their first year of college. This is a really cool thing that he's doing. The Promise Academy, it's a charter school providing high-quality education for 2,000 students from kindergarten through 12th grade. Now, it focuses on teaching healthy, lifelong habits for students, along with providing fresh breakfast and lunches every day and access to medical services. The school also has longer school days and school years to ensure students are getting the most out of each of their subjects. Williams has been working with the school to create an internship program to give students access to connections in their fields that may have been difficult to obtain otherwise. The school's goal is to make sure all students are equipped for college and to create opportunities to end generational poverty in the area. During his commencement speech, Pharrell told the kids, quote, "The world is watching Harlem, but this renaissance will be different. And believe it or not, with respect, it's going to actually be better. And the reason why is because the new Harlem Renaissance has education at its core." When student Brianna Pope heard the announcement, she says she couldn't believe it at first. Pope plans to major in animation, and she told CNN, quote, "A lot of us were financially struggling to at least know we had a head start in life because next summer we would be able to get internships and make connections." She continued saying that students won't, quote, "have to stress about making those connections because they know Pharrell will take them under his wing." Really cool program. Good for them. All right, former NBA star Dwyane Wade is coming to the defense of Lil Nas X, sharing words of support for the Old Town Road rapper after he received some hate for confirming his sexuality over the weekend. On Tuesday, the rap star posted a sad cowboy emoji with the caption, "Say one more homophobic thing to me." Wade replied to that post with a comment saying, "Focus on all the good in your life. Don't allow these fools to get to you. It's a lot of us out here proud of who and what you represent." He ended the comment with a fist pump emoji. Wade was not the only celeb to show Lil Nas X some love. Shangela from RuPaul's Drag Race also replied to the thread saying, quote, "Be proud of you, all parts of you. I'm proud of you, XO." Meanwhile, Diplo also chimed in with words of support, writing, we love you though." Miley Cyrus is sticking up for the 20-year-old rapper as well, posting a photo of herself with Lil Nas X earlier this week, writing, "So proud of my baby brother," followed by rainbow and heart emojis. Now, she ended the message saying, "In your corner forever, my friend." The rapper also had a cheeky message for his haters on Tuesday, tweeting, quote, "Next bleep to say something offensive to me, getting kissed." So there you go.
Still kind of has a sense of humor about things.
Taking it in stride to
I hate
some
that he's
part,
getting a lot of backlash for that, and it's great that a lot of celebs are rushing to support him publicly.
Yeah, the support group's definitely there. We'll keep you posted on that. And you have more for us in Star Treks.
I do. We're kicking off Star Trek today with one celeb flirtation you may not have been expecting. Hannah Brown might have said goodbye to fan favorite Mike Johnson on Monday's episode of The Bachelorette, but don't feel too bad for him because Demi Lovato is here and waiting. The singer has been an avid fan of Mike this season, documenting all her strong feelings for him on her Instagram stories. Demi can even be heard saying in one of her stories from Monday night, "Swing me, kiss me, boo-boo." And she wrote, "Mike, I accept your rose," in another one. It's getting real here. Now here's where it gets good. After being sent home, Mike tweeted, "Just saying, my future wife though. Girl, you ready for smiles, adventure, comfort, growth, honesty, laughter, me falling, using my inhaler, and kissing your stretch marks and imperfections. Where are you hiding?"
Whoa.
He knows what he's doing. Well, it seems like Mike doesn't have to look very far. One Demi fan screenshotted the message, posted it to Instagram, and tagged her in it, saying, "It's your chance." To which Demi responded, "I'm right here, Mike. I'm right here, boo. My mom already loves you too." Obviously a match made in heaven. Other fans are shipping the duo as well. One fan wrote in part, "I think you got yourself that type of wife already. Her name is Demi Lovato. She's into crime shows. She likes to cuddle with her dogs. She's also homeschooled." Another fan writing, "First of all, you belong with Demi Lovato. Give her a call." Another fan felt very passionate about this potential couple, saying, "Demi Lovato wants you. You are blessed. Grab the bleeping opportunity because every queen needs her king." I don't know what's going to happen. I think Mike needs to get on this now because it's Demi Lovato. Don't mess it up, Mike. We'll see what happens. We'll keep you posted. Katharine McPhee and David Foster are soaking up the sun on their romantic honeymoon in Italy just days after tying the knot in London on Friday. On Tuesday, Katharine posted this sweet photo smooching her new husband, captioning it, "Love Italian style." David also got in on the Instagram game, posting a photo of the duo in front of picturesque scenery captioned in caps, Italy. Katharine has been keeping her fans updated on her dreamy honeymoon via her Instagram stories, showing off the gorgeous views from their time in Capri. I mean, this is giving me a lot of feels, all the FOMO, so stunning. On Tuesday, she noticed some paparazzi following her, but she wasn't gonna let that ruin her newlywed bliss. She tweeted, "To all the pack of paps stalking me while I'm in the middle of the ocean in Europe, Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner are just 2 yachts over. Please focus on what truly matters." Very funny. On Saturday, David posted a behind-the-scenes photo that appeared to be taken after the couple said their I do's. In the shot, Katharine could be seen riding in a car while wearing her custom Zac Posen wedding gown and gazing lovingly at her new husband. David captioned this snapshot, "I'm in the best seat ever. They're adorable and we are very happy for them." Well, we are just one day away from Stranger Things Season 3, and to celebrate, our friends at KCTV in Kansas City, Missouri caught up with David Harbour, who plays Hopper on the show. He shared how he has felt watching his younger castmates grow up right before his eyes.
I watch the show in Season 1 and I see them as like little, 3 feet tall little beings who were so innocent and almost couldn't control their bodies and stuff, and the beauty and the innocence. And now I see them as like, they're rock and roll stars. I myself don't have kids, but to watch, I feel a certain avuncular feeling toward these kids. They feel kind of like my kids, and so to watch them grow up is a mixed blessing. I mean, there's a beauty in watching them sort of become the trees that you didn't know they would become as little saplings, but there's also something sad because I see their face and I still see them as those 11-year-old little kids.
He's so sweet. Now, in the new season, Hopper has officially adopted 11, who's taking on her teenage years. Now, as all you parents out there know, it's not easy. Harbour teased how his character handles it. Watch.
He has a kid who's turning into a teenager who's starting to want to kiss boys and things that Hopper really doesn't want her to do. Hopper doesn't really like change, and he likes to be very controlling and stuff like that. So he's going through a really hard time. I think it's kind of the hardest time he's ever been through in a way in the series. We see him really struggling with these ideas of like letting go and really how to be a good father. And then, that sort of forces him on the journey into more of a relationship with Joyce because she is a single parent and he needs help. And so I think that's sort of how their journey begins, and then they kind of go off and there's a whole other story there that sort of explores their history and like what they mean to each other.
So it may take place in the summer of 1985, but Season 3 promises to be the darkest one yet. You can binge the season when all new episodes of Stranger Things drops on Netflix Thursday, July 4th, and we'll have more from Stranger Things newcomer Francesca Reale later in the show. And those are your Star Tracks for today.
All right, guys, stay with us. Celebrity vet Dr. Elisa Lippmann is here with everything you need to know about keeping your pets happy, healthy, and cool this summer. Plus, we put Stranger Things newcomer Francesca Reale to the test with the ultimate 80s throwback game. She's revealing her secret to staying spoiler-free while filming. That's coming up.
All right, in honor of Season 3 of Stranger Things dropping tomorrow, we've been asking you what's your favorite 80s fad in our People poll. So let's see what you've been tweeting.
We should require people to say why they like it, too.
Ah, the big hair.
Huge hair, big hair. All right, leg warmers, shoulder pads, definitely not a fan. Fanny packs are
Well, fanny packs are kind of back.
They're back, right.
Yeah.
And that's what we've talked about some. Like, you see it, and I'm always kind of like, Stranger Things scene here. There it is. You see it, and it's like, if it's the right situation, maybe like a day out at a music festival, yes.
I would love for leg warmers to come back. I just don't know how to incorporate them in my look. My sister bought me leg warmers a couple years ago, but I don't know how to wear them.
Feels like it has to be an 80s or 90s throwback
like
party,
the whole
right?
outfit or
yeah,
something.
Like super bright neon colors.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's all on how you do it. Just got to own it, I guess. I don't know. Keep voting. Tell us what you think. As I clearly know. All right, we'll move on to this. Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, is opening up about his struggle with addiction. In a new candid series of interviews with The New Yorker, Hunter spoke about his years-long problem with drinking and drugs and his recurring stints in rehab.
Hunter told The New Yorker this: "Everybody has trauma. There's addiction in every family." Hunter describes his addiction as being in a never-ending tunnel. He said, "I was in that darkness. I was in that tunnel." He also says addiction is something you don't get rid of. You just figure out how to deal with it. Now, drinking for Hunter started as a teenager. He told The New Yorker he would drink socially and that he picked up smoking when he was a student at Georgetown in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, and it didn't stop there. Hunter told The New Yorker that he even tried crack once after it was sold to him instead of cocaine. He says despite it not being the right drug, he stuffed it into a cigarette and smoked it anyway, but says it didn't have much of an effect.
Hunter also went into detail about his battle with alcoholism, saying that in 2003, his ex-wife Kathleen Biden began begging him to get sober. Now, she encouraged him to refrain from drinking 30 days at a time. However, he says once day 30 came, he would be right back at it. Now, the encouragement still worked because Hunter eventually checked himself into rehab at Crossroads Center, Antigua for a month. Now, after finishing that program, he says his brother Bo accompanied him to his first Alcoholics Anonymous meeting. Bo passed away from brain cancer in 2015.
According to The New Yorker, Hunter relapsed in November 2010 after 7 years of sobriety, then again in 2013. Both times he checked himself back into rehab. After the 2013 relapse, he did try something new. He sought out a Mexican clinic that used the psychoactive substance ibogaine as a form of treatment. He also met with an expert in meditation in Arizona. He spent 2014, 2015, and 2016 joining 12-step retreats and checking into rehab.
Now, through it all, Hunter says his father was there by his side, and he's been there by his side. Hunter calls himself his dad's security blanket. He says, I can say things to him that nobody else can.
But his father isn't the only one by his side. Hunter and his new wife, Melissa Cohen, have gone public. Hunter confirmed to The New Yorker that the rumored matching tattoos that he and Melissa got together just days after meeting are in fact real. You can rest easy. They're the real thing. He says he got a tattoo on his left bicep to match hers. Then he asked her to marry him not too long after that.
So according to Hunter, they married with the simplest gold wedding band he could find, and he called his father right after. Hunter and Melissa met in May. They married not even a week after their first date.
All right, guys.
When you know, you know.
When you know, you know. Now watch this.
Dr. Elisa Lippmann is a celebrity vet who works with Fuzzy Pet Health, a house call vet company that has her making house calls to treat some of the most influential pets in the world. And she's here to give us the inside scoop on summer pet health. Hello.
Hi.
So great to see you.
Thanks for bringing these little pups.
Yeah.
You're also a board member of Animal Lighthouse Rescue. You have 2 dogs that are up for adoption here with you. Tell us about them. Jim, over here.
Jim, so we call Jim the family man. So Jim is good with everybody. He's great with kids, with anybody you meet. He was amazing in the car. He's great on camera.
Yeah, so far, very calm, very chill demeanor.
Yeah, he's about a 3-year-old hound mix, and he is ready to go home. He's just like, hey guys, take me, adopt me. And then this is Boomer. So Boomer is about a 12-week-old lab mix. His face just speaks for himself.
And his little floppy ears, look at
And
this.
that ear is killer.
But he's just a baby.
He's a baby, so he's going to require some training and some work, but a lot of love and care.
And both rescued from Puerto Rico?
Both rescued from Puerto Rico. So Animal Lighthouse, that's pretty much what we do, is we just fly the dogs in from Puerto Rico because they're so in need over there.
Yeah, that is incredible. Yeah. So we want to know about keeping your pet healthy this summer. So first up, July 4th, right around the corner. Fireworks can be a really anxious time for a lot of dogs. So what do you recommend for kind of keeping your dog safe at this time?
That's a great question. So more pets run away on 4th of July than any day of the year because they're so angst-ridden with the fireworks, the loud noises, the vibrations, and so it's really important to keep them safe. So some things you can do would be make sure you keep them indoors, away from the sound as much as you can. If you have blinds or doors, make sure that they're closed. You can put on some TV or soft, soothing music to make sure that they are as calm and safe as possible, especially if you can't be with them.
Yeah. Maybe bang around on some pots and pans in the days leading up to it. So it's not
No, Jerry.
What about keeping your pet cool? Like, look, I mean, the summer days get very hot. Maybe you don't have an AC. What are just some basic tips that people can use?
Yeah, so making sure that they have plenty of cool, fresh water, keeping them hydrated is going to be really important. Pets don't sweat like we do, so they can only sweat a little bit from their paw pads, but overall not on their bodies. So.
Boomer is dialed into the screen with these other dogs.
His focus is better than my 8-year-old nephew's, I think.
And obviously, we hear about this every summer, dogs being left in hot cars.
Yeah.
Just don't,
just
obviously
tragic.
the advice is don't do it.
Don't
not
do
even
it.
with a cracked window, none of it.
Not even with a cracked window, not even when you think it's 60 or 70 degrees. The heat in the car can increase tenfold in about 5 minutes. So it is so crucial to never, ever leave your pet in a car.
And there seems to be a lot of back and forth on whether ice is good for dogs.
Oh, yeah.
So what's the truth here?
Yeah, this is a big one that goes around every summer. I definitely get a few texts from friends. There is, seems to be an article that goes around every year that says that if dogs eat ice in the summer, they will bloat and this could be fatal. But nothing could be further from the truth. Ice is a great no-calorie treat that I love for my clients to give their pets,
Turns out in their
especially in the
stomachs,
summer.
it turns into water.
Yeah.
Remember that whole keep them hydrated?
Yeah.
Here's the genius question of the day. Can all dogs swim?
No, so not all dogs can swim.
This is surprising.
Yeah.
Because I think we take for granted, right? Like
We definitely
they're
do.
always throw them in
They're
the pool.
just dogs. Yeah, I know. And not all dogs like it, so.
Let them jump on their own. Whatever.
So some dogs were definitely made for dogs who have a lot of fat, who have webbed toes, who are really buoyant, but some dogs really hate it. And regardless, all dogs should be taught and eased into it.
Yeah, and then in terms of, you're having parties, summer parties, what
There's
kind
a dog
of
Lots of parties.
what kind of summer human food can dogs enjoy?
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of supplementing with fresh food, things like blueberries, watermelon, green peas, carrots. Those are all great fresh treats. Things people definitely want to avoid. Grapes, raisins, those can be toxic to pets, as well as the obvious like chocolate, anything with xylitol, which is an artificial sweetener, macadamia nuts, things like that. So definitely know your list of toxic foods, and then you'll know what you can feed.
So let's talk about this. Switching gears, you are a celebrity pet vet.
That's
Confidentiality is key.
Yes.
Do you have celebrity clients that have given you the all clear to talk about your experience?
I do have a few celebrity clients. I have a few celebrity patients also who I just love so much. So as far as my celebrity patients, Ella Bean the dog, you guys need to just go check her out right now. She's so amazing. So Ella Bean the dog, the Kardashians,
Okay.
Nostradamus, those are all some of my very famous patients.
What's something we'd be surprised to know about the Kardashians?
Oh, she is really a major advocate for rescue, for foster and rescue, for hospice, as a matter of fact. So foster care for senior dogs who are maybe at the end of their lifespan.
Mm-hmm.
So she is a huge advocate, and she's just so funny with them. Their photos and their captions are just hilarious. So yeah.
What's the most extravagant thing that you've come across when you're dealing with celebrity pets?
I think one of the things, so I've flown private before, I've seen a lot of things. One of the best things I think I've seen is I have a client who has a gold room for his 2 poodles, an entire just 24-karat gold room that the dogs love. So they try not to let it get to their heads, but they definitely know that's their room and they belong there.
Wow.
Well, that is an interesting decision. Lisa, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for bringing the
having me.
puppies with you. And guys, remember, these guys are up for adoption. For more information, you can head to www.alrcares.com. And if you want in-house visits and are in the New York City or San Francisco Bay Area, also make sure to check out Fuzzy Pet Health at www.yourfuzzy.com.
All right, Reality Check is the People TV show bringing you the biggest stories and best moments from the most popular reality TV shows. Very excited to be joined now by the host of Reality Check, Lindsay Rodriguez. Thanks for being here.
Of course, thanks guys for having me on
Lindsay,
your show.
finally happens. We talk every day in hair and makeup.
Yep,
we
we sure
always
do.
know what's going on. You give us the scoop on stuff. You've hosted a few shows in the past. In case this woman looks familiar to you, MTV's TRL.
Yeah.
No big deal. What's one thing that TRL taught you about pop culture? Maybe something that you weren't expecting before you went into that experience.
Yeah, I think because I moved here from Australia, and in Australia, our biggest celebrities are all sports people, right? We don't have the sort of celebrity idol worship that we do here in America. And coming here and meeting all of these people that mean so much to their fans, particularly musicians. I think I didn't realize just how much you can touch someone's lives just by writing a song that resonates with a group of people, or by having a platform to speak out against things like bullying or the environment. And I realized the power of celebrity here in America is very different to what it is in Australia.
Quick aside, if I were to just plan a trip to Australia, #1 place I should go. I've never been.
Sydney,
Sydney, of course. All right, I don't
where I'm
know.
from.
Because you went to
Yeah.
We went to Melbourne.
Melbourne, yeah.
Yeah.
Melbourne's also amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, so we want to get your take on some of the biggest stories in reality TV that you cover on your show, starting with Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Khloe. There's a lot of drama here. What surprised you the most watching the Tristan Thompson-Jordan Woods scandal play out on the season finale?
Yeah, I think that the first thing that really took me by surprise was how stoic Khloe was in the first part of the season finale, because if that were me, there'd be dead bodies everywhere. But she was very, very cool, calm, and collected. And then obviously we start to see her unravel. She reintroduces Chloe money, but we're still waiting for that big apology from Jordan. We haven't really had that kind of remorseful, sort of like mea culpa from her. So I'm waiting for that.
Yeah, what would you do if you're in Chloe's position? I mean, I feel so bad for anyone that goes through a cheating thing like that.
Well, this is difficult because she even said herself she's not terribly surprised that it happened because he did it before. I think what was so hurtful is that he did it essentially with a member of her family. I think that I would probably ice them out, both of them, and just like move on with my kid.
It's tough though when you've got the kid and everything. There's just it's just a really tough situation than everyone else's opinions because it's out there for the world to see. They put it out there.
She has a daughter. I think it's important to teach our daughters to, to stand up for ourselves and to not allow ourselves to be in relationships that no longer serve us.
Let's move on to the Bachelorette. We can't get enough of it. Crazy season. Luke P. The drama has been the entire season, basically.
Whole season.
Hannah B. making headlines because she revealed on that teaser apparently having sex in a windmill and apparently twice.
Good for her.
We did it again. How do you see this season ending at this point?
Well, first of all, I want to the logistics of having sex in a windmill. I'm so curious.
Anxious to see how this. Yeah, I think it might be a little bed and breakfast or something.
It's like a wild time.
So Hannah actually posted something on Instagram that I thought was very telling. She posted a slideshow of her with the remaining guys. Jed was kissing her in the picture, and then Luke was completely obscured in the last one. So I think she's sending us some signals that maybe Jed is who she's chosen, and that we'll finally see the back of Luke P. maybe next week.
What do you think of Mike getting some attention from Demi Lovato?
I think Demi, back off, because I quite fancy him myself.
Oh, we got a challenger.
The DMs?
Look out. No, Mike was
on my show.
He was definitely one of our favorites, and it seems like he would be a great bachelor.
I think so. And I think we need that, right? We need a black American, like an African-American bachelor. We haven't had one before, so I think that would do a lot, to making headway in diversity. So
All right, let's talk about Vanderpump Rules. So Jax Taylor, Brittany Cartwright got married this weekend in Kentucky.
In a castle.
I think a lot of people were shocked that this even happened after everything they've been through, but it looked like a really fun celebration. Yeah, so they've been through a lot. He cheated on her. That kind of played out on the season and on the show. So do you think they're ready for this step? You think that it's all going to be rainbows and unicorns moving forward? What's your predictions?
Well, look, every relationship is work, but I think the fact that they've already been through some really tough times, first with the cheating and then with Jax's dad passing away, and they've come out so much stronger on the other side, that's marriage, right? I mean, Jeremy, you're married. You can, you have to weather these storms, and the fact that they've put in the work and they've committed to each other and have stood by each other through thick and thin, I think is actually a very telling sign of hopefully what's to come, that they're going to, stick it out.
I would even imagine that for them, the fact that they've gone through these other pretty traumatic things together, besides the cheating, almost makes that pale in comparison because they've been together through it. They've really kind of gone through that fire together. So, all right, before we let you go, in your opinion, the one reality show that everyone should be watching if they aren't?
Well, I would really love for everyone to watch the new season of Are You the One on MTV. It is the first time that they've had a completely sexually fluid cast, and it's a big celebration of love and living in your truth. And so whether you're bisexual, pansexual, there is someone out there for everyone, and no one should be afraid to live the way that they want to live. And I love that MTV is doing this in time with World Pride. It's a great show.
Nice. And if you could do a reality show, what would be your top pick of a show that you would do?
I would do Summer House so that my alcohol would be paid for all the time.
Nice.
Your heart's in the right place.
All right, Lindsay, thank you so much for being here. And guys, catch Reality Check weekday afternoons on PeopleTV.com or download the PeopleTV app.
See, okay, you have to feel my tummy.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Whoa. I love her so much. Denise Austin is 62 and fabulous. The fitness expert is a home workout pioneer who's been helping countless people get fit for decades.
Yeah, she recently stopped by and she told us to punch her abs, by the way. In case that wasn't clear, she shared with us how women can stay fit and healthy over 40, her favorite fitness trends, plus she shows us the perfect 4-minute workout that every busy person needs in their life. Check it out.
What is your secret for looking so fabulous?
I've been working out most days, 30 minutes, for a long time. I started years ago, and I truly believe in keeping your muscles toned, especially after you're 40. You have to keep your muscles nice and toned and tight, so when you wave goodbye, nothing will jiggle. So it's really important.
These are the tips. So what are some of the secrets besides working out? What do you do in other areas of your life?
Well, I eat well 80% of the time, and then have my treats, wine.
Gotta have the treats.
20% 99% of the time. I also drink lots of water. I believe in eating healthy foods. You know, I love to have, you know, a lot of veggies. And I truly believe in a good attitude.
Hey.
I think if you have a positive attitude,
Yes.
you feel better, you look better, and you walk in their room with a smile on your face, and it just lights up everybody.
I
So
think
it's a
you
really
have that
good...
effect on people, no doubt. Are you a fan of smoothies?
Of course I am.
Do you have a secret ingredient or something that you love that you put in to supplement smoothies and make it
You
even
know,
more?
I always put some green in it.
Yeah.
So no matter
Whether
what
it's
I'm
kale
making,
or
either
any-
I do spinach a lot,
yeah,
'cause
right.
it's always, you know, easy for me to just throw in. I have it all the time. So I always put that. I try not to do any extra junk. And I also add a little bit of flaxseed at the end because omega-3s are so important for our skin, our hair. So you gotta have a little healthy fat in there.
Good tips.
You're such a pioneer in home workout videos. What do fans say when they come up to you? And
Well, I've had fans for years say, Denise, you helped me so much. I've had women cry. You saved my marriage. I finally feel sexy and attractive. I've had everything. I've even had a lady faint when she met me because, you know, if you're in their homes for so long, and it's a great job. I love what I do.
think about fitness and health. It's always changing. How have you seen it change through the decades?
Well, of course, social media has changed a lot with Instagram and Facebook, and I love it because I can instantaneously, you know, comment back to somebody who said, Denise, I've been exercising with you. I'm so happy to find you again. And that's what makes me feel good. And I love it because one of my daughters following my fitness footsteps. So Katie Austin, and I love that because we could do mother-daughter workouts together. So it gives me a whole new, you know, reason to keep going.
I love working out with my mom, so I love that. It's like family working out.
Yes, yes.
Well, and then there's a camaraderie that builds and accountability and all of it. You're in it together,
checking in.
right?
Even if we're out of town, she'll say, Mom, did you do your da-da-da workout? And I said, yes.
When it comes to the different workout and fitness trends that come and go, what are you a fan of in terms of fitness trends? What are you not a fan of?
Well, I love all the tracking. I think it's important because a lot of people need to know I can walk 10,000 steps. I think all that's really good because it realizes that you need to get up out of your chair more often. And what I'm not a fan of is so much junk out there, like, you know, miscommunications and misinformation from people who aren't, you know, don't have degrees or education, or they just think of something and they throw it out there without getting the research. I'm an exercise scientist, so I believe that exercise and eating right, all of it has meaning, and I really research everything with a series of doctors and make sure it's all right for everybody because you're out there giving information. I think it's really important it's correct.
Before we go into any working out, which I'm really excited to do, what should women over 40 be thinking about when it comes to fitness?
Well, first of all, targeting your muscles. We have 640 muscles of the body, head to toe. If you keep those nice and firm and taut, it's hard to keep, you know, get the sags or droop. And then also burning fat through cardio, walking really fast as they can. Keeps that heart rate up and it burns fat, so you're getting rid of the fat all over, and then work on the middle. This is our hardest area we need to target. Anyone over 40 can understand, you know, even after babies, you can understand you really got to zero in because the worst fat is near your heart, and that's belly fat. So you got to get rid of belly fat. So I've got some great ways.
Yeah, how do these
get rid of
get those? I want those
I
out.
know, right?
Oh
You
my
proved
God.
it. Man. We punched them. It's real.
One thing you could do right now is zip up your abs, tighten up your tummy for 5 seconds, and that's equal to 1 sit-up. So you could be in the car, you could be
just
at
sit
the
there and
office.
do this all the
Yes, isometric exercises. Now do that and squeeze your butt. Come on, tighten your tushy. If you don't squeeze it, no one else will.
Hey! I'm married, she has to. All right, how can women over 40 modify their workouts to maybe better fit their current lifestyle? Are there tricks to sort of modifying to fast-paced life, don't have a lot of time, things like that?
Yes, squeeze it in 10 minutes a day. If you don't have time today, just get in 10 minutes, wake up 10 minutes earlier and just squeeze it in. I promise you, you'll feel better. It sets your mindset to be on the right track for the day. Positivity, you feel better. Did you know that exercise really gets your oxygen flowing, and that's why you feel good? So move as often as you can. Even if it's in the kitchen, do leg lifts or leg squats and move. And
Like any little bit to sort of get you in the right
adds
direction,
throughout
right?
the day, yes. You could fidget. Did you know that fidgeting, you know, when you move a lot and you're getting up, burns up to 500 calories in the course of a day.
Well, I'm perfect.
So,
I fidget all the
Constantly
time on
doing
airplanes.
That's why you look the way you do.
Right?
But something that people always say is as you get older, it's harder, your metabolism slows down, it's harder to lose weight. Do you find that that's true? And what are things
Oh,
that kind of combat
absolutely.
that?
Every 7 years, your metabolism slows down, so you either got to increase your activity or decrease the food intake. But the key is muscles, because muscle cells are very active at rest, while fat cells are very sedentary. So the more muscles you have in the body, the better. So that's why as you age, you lose muscle tone naturally. So you got to do a little more to keep those muscles, because they make your metabolism rev up, even while you're sleeping, 3 times as much.
All right, so let's work out.
First exercise is a simple squat, but you're going to squeeze your butt in the back. Down
leg goes
and
out.
squeeze
Oh,
in the back. And really tighten up that tushy. That way it lifts and tones and shapes and sculpts, and it really helps to lift that rear end. That's it. Yes.
Feel it lift.
It's a great one.
How many of these should you do? What's your
I do
recommendation?
everything for 1 minute. So this is going to be a quick 4-minute workout. The next exercise is for your hips to slim them down and your outer thighs.
Okay.
So it's a lateral lunge and a leg lift. It's a lateral lunge, and now you're working the whole body. Yes.
So here's the thing.
Double the workout in half the time. Good.
It's building muscle, but you're obviously also burning calories, so there's a weight loss thing, right?
And you'll start to get your heart rate up. This is easy on the joints. No jumping, no jarring. That's it. So
You
now.
combine this with like a punch. I feel like you
Yes,
could like
you could combine it with anything.
anything you want.
Whatever you like, Jeremy.
Okay, the next is, of course, for the arms. We all need firm upper body, straight
'em
arms.
going.
Flex for us, everybody.
Yeah.
Show beautiful biceps.
See that guy?
So guess what
Doesn't
you gotta
happen
do?
overnight.
Okay, now for those of you that are just starting out, start on your knees and let's go. Push-ups. Now also, if you want to get more of the back of the arms, bring your elbows closer
Yeah,
in
that's where it gets
and get a
pretty
tricep push-up. Yes, tighten
the-
your tummy.
keep the
See how
booty up.
straight he is like a board plank.
Yeah.
So you're getting abs
How many
as
should
well.
Jeremy do?
A minute's worth
we do
is
30?
about
Keep
20.
going.
Woo.
Yeah.
Oh, look at
do
him.
that, do that, do that. Because
One
we've been
more.
talking about your rock hard abs.
Yeah, so one of the best ones that you work all 3 areas of the abs, the lower tummy, the front, and the sides, is a bicycle. And let's go.
Oh, here we
Bicycle workouts work because you're using your lower tummy by keeping your legs up. You're getting the obliques to trim and slim your waistline. So if you only have 1 minute, go ahead and do the bicycle. You can do it. It's easier on the back, too. It's easy.
It is
You can
actually
do
really
it.
easy on the back.
Yes.
Is it
Even
better
without a
to
mat.
go slow
You
or
can do
fast,
it.
or does it matter?
Well, if you want to go a little slower, that engages a little more abs. But if you want to get in a lot in a minute, you could do it by a quickie. So whatever time you have, that's
Getting
it.
crazy.
Great. Okay. Come on up, guys. You did it. That's a quick 4-minute workout.
That's
that
easy
you
enough.
can do every day like a wake-up workout.
Thank you so much, Denise.
Oh, I love being here.
Thank you so much.
Yay. Woo.
That was so fun.
Dance it out, dance it out. There we go.
Yeah. She's the best energy, too.
There's something about, as we were talking, it's like her energy makes you feel like you could accomplish literally anything, right? Oh,
Yeah,
there
also,
we go.
A fun thing that she said was, she said fidgeting can burn up to 500 calories a day, which seems a little high,
It's
but
like an aggressive fidget.
it does seem, but that is what she said. I'm just saying, just repeating. Anyway, we love her. All right, moving on to this.
Doesn't make sense. I closed the gate.
What if he never left? What if we locked him out here with us? He'd want to attach himself to someone again. A new host.
All those rats. I'm gonna be thinking about that for a while. Stranger Things Season 3 is here. It's the summer of 1985 in Hawkins, Indiana, and the kids we love are growing up. There's trips to the mall, tanning sessions at the local pool, new crushes and relationships, and of course, a dark force threatening to ruin it all.
Yeah, you always have that. There are a bunch of newcomers this time around too, including Francesca Reale, who plays a lifeguard named Heather. So first, we had to know how much Francesca enjoyed time traveling to almost a decade before she was actually born for this role.
I mean, I love 80s music. I actually listened to it very frequently, even prior to working on the show. I vibe with 80s music, and I always vibed with 80s movies, like Pretty in Pink and 16 Candles, even though certain elements of those don't exactly hold up in 2019.
She's gotten her boobies.
Oh, I'd better go get my magnifying glass.
But if there was a group of people in the 80s who just danced in their parachute pants, that would be the sector I was in, because I got to wear this pair of parachute pants, and I don't know who invented those, but they're a genius, and I'm obsessed. It's just like the space, and it's like fitted, but it's huge.
Really comfortable, right?
They're so comfortable, and now we're accustomed to like skinny jeans or.
Yeah, at least now
I grew up in the time of jeggings.
Yeah, At least now there's more like high-waisted, whereas the low-rise, I think that was really popular in the 90s. I never want to go back to that time.
Low-rise. Low-rise was a minute. We all remember low-rise very well, especially if you were sitting behind someone.
Yeah, let's not bring the low-rise fashion trend back. No. Fans have been waiting almost 2 years for new episodes, so they have a lot of questions and want a lot of answers.
The cast has to be so secretive, so how does Francesca make sure that she doesn't spill the beans?
They do like media training of sorts, and they give you all this stuff, bullet points, do not say this, like try to say this, and they prepare you very well for stuff like this, but this is the most intense show I've been on, where they were like, do not say these things, and it's like the most exciting things that happen. So obviously when you're working, my initial instinct would be to text my friends and be like, oh my God, today on set, this and this and this. So I just started, honestly, I don't know if I could get in trouble, but I just journaled it. So I wrote down everything that I was really excited about happening while it was happening.
Can we send someone to replace it?
Yeah.
If you can find it.
We can find it, that's right.
Just don't lose the journal. Well, Francesca said she loved the 80s, so before we let her go, we decided to play a little game that was all the rage way back when.
In honor of Stranger Things in the summer of 1985, we want to put your 80s skills to the test with a game of Simon. Have you played this before? Have you done this?
You're gonna be great.
Don't worry.
Fail.
Did you hear that?
Is that like a Bop It?
It shows you the sequence. Have you ever played this?
No.
Simon?
I just compared it to Bop It. I have
You
no
compared it
idea.
to Bop It, which was actually a good reference.
Actually, that's really close, yeah.
It's like memory, right? Sorry, Simon.
Oh, yes.
So this is super on the spot. Let's just see.
Did you see
okay,
I'm
so you push
holding
the
it?
green.
I'm like so scared.
Push the green. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, so push the red. Oh, now it's red, yellow.
No, red.
Oh, wait.
Okay,
I thought you
that's
said
okay.
to copy it.
Yeah, you do. You
You
copy
copy
it.
it.
You copy it.
Jeremy's
It's
making
growing.
it
Don't worry.
work.
No. No, I said do red, yellow. This is the. Here we go. Okay. Yeah.
Do I press the blue?
Yeah. Blue,
Yep.
red. It's gonna build. Here. So now.
Nice.
Yes. Oh, we're growing. This is good.
I'm very competitive.
Yes. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, but you did really
it was like
well.
the first on TV.
Guys, according to data compiled by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, in 2017, 6,800 young people ages 10 to 24 took their own lives. Numbers are shocking. Greg Hudnall is doing his part in preventing youth suicide. Greg's Hope Squads are all about kids helping kids look out for fellow students who might be contemplating suicide.
And Greg Hudnall joins us now. Hello, Greg. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Jeremy, Andrea. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now take us back to the beginning. As a school principal, you had a turning point after one of your students died from suicide. Explain what happened and how that inspired you to do something.
Well, I was a high school principal for about 15 years, and unfortunately, I lost 4 students to suicide during that time, spoke at their funerals. And then in 1997, I was contacted by the Provo police to come down and identify the body of a 14-year-old who had taken his life in the public park next to my high school. It's by far one of the most difficult experiences I've ever had. And after identifying him, I walked to my car and I literally threw up and sobbed for about 10 minutes. It was devastating.
You and your team of volunteers have trained more than 10,000 elementary, middle, and high school students in 16 states in Canada. So explain what a Hope Squad is and how it works.
Well, so what we found is we developed a mantra that says, while it takes an entire village to raise a child, we believe it takes an entire community to save them. And so we were developing our model, training all of our community in QPR, which stands for Question, Persuade, and Refer. And we started to have some success, but the piece that we were missing is the peer-to-peer. 7 out of 10 young people, before they take their lives, because of social media and the connectedness, will reach out and tell a friend, I'm struggling, I'm at the end of my rope, I can't take it anymore. And those friends, not knowing what to do, won't tell an adult. And we had a young man walk into Provo High School right after the Christmas holidays, take his watch off, give it to his best friend, and said, I'm not going to need this after tomorrow. He went on to tell 5 other friends that he was going to take his life, and the very next day he did. So we knew we needed to do something different. So we pulled them out, started training them on how to identify those friends that are struggling, how to talk with them, how to support them, and most important, when to go to an adult. It was so successful, we put it in every school. 13 elementary schools, 3 middle schools, and 3 high schools. If you were to go back the previous 9 years, we were averaging 1 to 2 suicides a year. Once we did our community part and the Hope Squad, we went 9 years without a suicide.
Wow. It's really incredible. And I mean, look, there's data there showing that you're making an impact. When it comes to this, and you hit on this a little bit, what do kids or fellow students really offer that maybe parents, teachers, and therapists can't? There's obviously that point that you spoke of. There's this connectivity. Is it just simply that they communicate to each other and that's the key?
You know, Jeremy, that's exactly what it is. So a colleague of mine says you can have 100 students that are referred to the school counselor for suicide ideation. 97 of them would never need to see a professional if they just had a fellow student to talk to.
For people watching that want to be there for their peers, but maybe aren't sure of what the warning signs are, what are some suicide warning signs that you tell your kids and the Hope Squads to look out for?
Yeah, Andrea, some of the top ones that we talk about is talking about it, talking about the helplessness, the hopelessness, the not wanting to live anymore, giving away prized possessions. You know, I mentioned the young man that gave away his watch. We had a beautiful young lady that gave away her guitar. Focused on death, you know, doing research or constantly online talking about it. But that helplessness, that hopelessness, when they start talking about it, I can't take it anymore, those are the times that we really want to intervene.
Do you have any specific stories that kind of stick out to you when it comes to students who have helped friends or students who have been helped, maybe even changed their mind about taking their own life?
Yeah, we have a young lady who is now on a Hope Squad, and we heard the story from her that when she was in middle school, if it hadn't been for a Hope Squad member, she would have taken her life. And she talks about the challenge with eating disorders and different things that way, and how she felt all alone. And she was afraid to tell her parents because she didn't want to hurt her parents' feelings, and she was afraid that, you know, that she would get into trouble over it. And one day she was just going to her locker and she was starting to cry. And the student next to her, who happened to be a Hope Squad member, got into her locker, grabbed her book, started to walk away. And then the Hope Squad member said, she looks like she's struggling. So she walks back to her and starts talking to her at the locker. And through the rest of the day, she was checking in with her. And at the end of the day, she said, you know, I think it would really help if you would go visit with the school counselor. And she was able to get her help.
Greg, thank you so much for joining us and for everything that you're doing. And for everyone watching, if you or someone you know is considering suicide, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK.
All right, guys, switching gears now. We're taking one last look at our People poll. We've been asking you, what is your favorite 80s fad in honor of the Stranger Things Season 3 premiere?
All right, yeah, it's getting us hyped for tomorrow. The big hair wins.
Leg warmers did go up 1%, so it's like
nice.
making some gains.
Those leg warmers comments I had definitely boosted it. So
swayed
thank
you
you so much.
Let's just leave the shoulder pads back in the decades.
Yeah, I don't like this. Yeah,
But
Hannah on The Bachelorette did wear shoulder pads.
There was I think it was the night she was with Mike. We were watching. We're like, oh, shoulder pads in the dress.
Yeah, a
It's
little throwback. All right, we'll be asking you a new question of the day next week on People Now, so tune in for that. And guys, we hope you enjoy your 4th of July tomorrow. If you're going to the beach, some fireworks. On Friday, we'll have a super fun show packed with our favorite favorite recent celeb interviews. We've got NCT 127, Paris Hilton, Charles Melton, Hannah Brown, and so many more.
Very excited for that. Coming up next week, Sierra Ramirez and Trevor Jackson reveal what it was like filming the hot and steamy music video for their song, Broke Us.
Plus, Tia Mowry is dishing on mom life and co-sleeping with her son, the likelihood of a sister-sister reboot, and so much more. Thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one of our faves, Louis Anderson. Have an amazing holiday weekend.
Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Louis Anderson, and this is one last thing. The last movie I watched was John Wick 3, 300 Kills.
A $14 million bounty on his head. And everyone in the city wants a piece of it. I say the odds are about even.
The last time I laughed out loud was today when a guy pushed on a pull door. The last country I visited was Italy. I love the spaghetti.